It's alright.
Oh my god!
Yo guys, what is up? Max on Borderlands 3 video, and today we are talking about the hotfixed weapons. Now, in Thursday's hotfix, if you did not know, the Baby Maker, the Sledge's shotgun, the Bearcat, and the Scorpio all got fairly significant buffs. Today we're going to be testing them out and showing you guys which ones are worth using now and which ones are not. I'm particularly interested in this episode because all of these weapons are honestly prior, like, never ever used, all bad weapons. So hopefully they're good, and I have played with all of them now. I'm gonna be giving you guys my reviews, and we're starting it off with the Baby Maker. The Baby Maker got a 66% damage increase and an increase in fire rate. Unfortunately, they did not change this thing's weapon reload bug or ammo consumption, which I'll talk about in a second. Real quick before we get any further, if you guys do enjoy the video, if you learn anything new from it, I really do appreciate y'all hitting the like button and hitting subscribe if you haven't already. And guys, all right, let's get talking. So the Baby Maker has a weird ammo consumption thing where when you throw it, it spawns these babies, right? However, each of the babies on the Baby Maker spawn with a full mag, which is taken from your reserves. So for one TDR thrown, you're basically throwing like 4 TDRs. So if you see my ammo right now, we have 1,000 in our pistol. If you're looking at the bottom right corner, 1,000, 900, 800, 700, 600, 500, 400, 300, 200, 100, and gone. That is all of our ammo entirely. And the gun's not like a Norfleet, you know, like it really still doesn't do that much damage. I'm showing you guys a little bit of actual damage against some enemies. We're on Mayhem 11. We're using a consecutive hits Mayhem 10 one with a red suit so we don't kill ourselves, and just it's a little underwhelming. I still can't recommend this thing. Especially with the new TDR nerf. Now, I do want to talk about the TDR nerf a little bit. I personally haven't looked at damage values yet, but what I'm seeing from the community is that it is a 50% damage nerf to full mag TDRs, meaning that, like, even though this thing was recently buffed, TDRs in general got that 50% nerf, which is a pretty substantial TDR nerf, honestly, which is unfortunate. I understand for arms race, but the non-arms race players that use TDRs definitely take a hit from this. And as you can see, the shooting is probably the way to go with this thing. If you want to use it, seems like shooting is gonna be the way to go, just because it seems to do more damage and you're not going to use up all of our ammo. I just barely broke through the gate and I'm already at 100. Luckily, we are using a cut fish slap with cut purse, so like I can get my ammo back. But yeah, it's still not very usable, to be honest, which is unfortunate. I'll kill a few more enemies and then we'll segue over. Already out of ammo. We'll segue over to let's do the Bearcat next. All right, next up, we're talking about the Bearcat, and the Bearcat got a 200% damage increase, which led me to believe that this thing was honestly finally going to be good. I feel like the Bearcat's just been a bad weapon in all of the Borderlands, but the Bearcat got a 200% buff. Now, I will say that this weapon is good on Moes. If you want to use it on a character, I would use it on Moes, but I wouldn't say that it's good on Moes because it's a good weapon. I would say it's good on Moes because it does splash damage, and Moes gets crazy mayhem scaling on her splash damage, and with that you can make it work. However, on the other characters, it just is underwhelming. And it's tough on Moes too because you're gonna kill yourself a lot using it. I currently using a cryo one, not a great anoint. I couldn't find a better one, but I'm using an anti-freeze, icebreaker, victory rush, one-shotter, shield, hunter, seekers. I'm using duct tape mod so I don't kill myself with the weapon, purple tree, full blue tree, and some red tree. And I still feel underwhelmed by this weapon. Now, if you want to go farm this weapon, you can go to the droughts and farm truffle munch for it. I apologize for not stating the Baby Makers drop location earlier. That should have been in the video though, but this thing can be farmed in the droughts, and it's just like if these grenades counted as grenades and got grenade effects, that would be really cool, but unfortunately they do not. These are guns and they do gun damage, and because of that they're very limited in what they can actually do because their spread is huge. And as you can see, like on Zane, like we're not doing too terribly. It's just not super great. I don't know what this weapon needs to be a top tier weapon, but I wouldn't say that it's there yet. I would rate this thing probably low B tier, probably more C tier, honestly. It's just awkward to use. The spread's weird, the bullets going everywhere is a little weird, and it's just not a great weapon, but I'm glad that they did buff it because it's 200% more viable than it used to be, but still not a great weapon. It's still not going to be using this thing on any builds, hopefully, unless we make maybe a Mead Sphere Moe's build, and maybe that would have an appearance in it. But yeah, we're going to move on from the Bearcat, and then we're going to go to the Sledge's Shotgun. All right, next up we have Sledge's Shotgun, which is a very, very cool looking shotgun and sounding shotgun. This thing got a 87% damage increase, which is, in my opinion, still not enough. For example, the Hellwalker got like, I think 317% damage increase. Don't quote me on that. And that was already doing more damage before. I was hoping the Sledge's Shotgun would get a similar magnitude of buff, but it just didn't. Here you can see the damage between these two things, and the Hellwalker, being our Jacob Shotgun, is still way superior in almost every way than the Sledge's Shotgun, but it is cool that they buffed this weapon. Going to be showing it off for you guys. If you want to go get yourself a Sledge's Shotgun, you can farm one in Roland's Rest from Hot Carl, or right outside Roland's Rest from Hot Carl. Yeah, I got this one on my first drop, which was pretty solid. This is a next to mags rad one, and we're using it on Fettuccine Flak, the best Italian flak build. And you guys will see that it's just a little underwhelming. Also, fun fact, when you dominate these turret enemies with this build, they just spin around, they freak out, and then they fall out of it, which is very entertaining. I couldn't tell you why, but yeah, literally every single time as soon as we dominate them. Oh, this guy actually got back on. He wanted to go for another ride. Wait, come back here. All right, let's show you guys what this does. So it's like, I don't know, with a shotgun that has like this kind of slow fire rate that's tapping, I'd want to be tapping enemies. This is non-scaled takedown. We're on a very strong flak build, and it's taking like 3 bursts to kill these like measly enemies, which the Hellwalker just like easily one taps. So it's a cool shotgun. It sounds really awesome, but I think this buff needed to be at least doubled, to be honest. I think at least 160% on this thing, and then it would have been a real contender. With the Garcia being in like a super weird spot lately, this had the potential to take that weapon spot, and I don't think it did with this buff, but I'm glad that we did get this buff. I know I haven't been too like excited with these hot fixes, or not. I've been excited with these hot fixes. None of these weapon buffs so far have been too impressive. But we are getting to the Scorpio, which is up next, which is the last weapon, which got a 400% damage increase. Let's transition to that. All right, last but certainly not least, we have the Scorpio Pistol XL, which drops from Lieutenant Preston in Tazmir Ruins, and this thing got a 400% damage increase, and by golly, didn't need it. Now, if you did not know, Scorpion, reference to Roland, and when you throw it down, it creates a turret, like Roland's turret from Borderlands 1. Unfortunately, this turret still sucks. It's really bad. Its HP is bad, and it gets crushed, and it hardly does any damage. However, the weapon is actually pretty solid when compared to like an Infinity. Obviously, we don't have the fire rate here, but the pistol itself hits pretty strong. I would rather have it be good in its turret form, because its turret form is what makes this thing unique. Otherwise, you're basically just shooting a pistol. But here we're using a Sentinel Cryo. We've basically got Zane Flinity on. This is the Zane Flinity build, buffing the fire rate of this thing like crazy, and it does solid work, honestly. Like, if you wanted to use this pistol, you could. I don't know if I would recommend using this thing that hard, because like at the end of the day, it's like any pistol in this kind of build would work extremely well, and this one doesn't particularly feel too unique, just because like the turret part of it like just isn't super impressive. Honestly, it looked kind of good there. Let's throw it down. It's not the worst thing in the world, but compared to how fast we're killing things without using the turret, turret's definitely a little underwhelming. If you are gonna use this thing, I think Zane is the go-to. Most of the weapons today I would either use on Zane or Moze, just because Moze gets splash scaling, but this doesn't feel great as a TDR. As a pistol to shoot, it's pretty good, honestly. It hurts me to say that, but it genuinely is. Like it puts in solid work. For bossing, I don't know, this probably isn't going to go so well, but of the weapons we've tested today, this is the one that's gotten the furthest of this little testing. Decent Kraken kill. Yeah, Scorpio XL, if you want to use this thing and do like a roll-in tribute build or whatever you'd like, pretty solid weapon. Preston in Tazandir Runes. And yeah, guys, that is going to be it for the video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something new. If you did, be sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care. Peace.